Have you ever started your day with a tiny drop of blood on your fingertip? You watch the glucose meter count down, 3, 2, 1, and in that brief moment, a dozen thoughts race through your mind. Is the number going to be good? Did I eat the right thing for dinner? Will today be a day I feel in control? Or will it be a day of chasing numbers up and down? That small device holds so much power over your mood and your outlook for the day. It's a routine that millions of people understand intimately, a daily moment of truth that can feel both isolating and incredibly burdensome, setting the tone for every decision that follows. That feeling doesn't just stop after your morning check-in, does it? It follows you to the breakfast table, to the grocery store, to a dinner out with friends. It becomes a constant, quiet hum in the back of your mind. A mental calculator that's always running, tallying carbs, estimating insulin doses, and predicting how a simple walk or a moment of stress might affect your levels. It's like being a tightrope walker, constantly making tiny adjustments to stay balanced. This isn't just a physical condition, it's a heavy emotional and mental weight. It's a full-time job that you never get to clock out of, and the exhaustion can be profound. On top of that, you're bombarded with information, and so much of it is framed around what you can't do. Don't eat this. Avoid that. Watch out for these complications. The narrative is often one of restriction, of deprivation, of constant vigilance against danger. It can feel like you're navigating a minefield, where one wrong step could lead to trouble. This approach, while well-intentioned, can leave you feeling deprived and disempowered, as if your life is defined more by its limits than by its possibilities. It paints a picture of a lifelong battle against your own body, which is a stressful and unsustainable way to live. But what if we could shift that perspective? What if, instead of focusing solely on the enemies at the gate, we started to look for the hidden allies already inside our walls? What if we could change the conversation from one of restriction to one of empowerment and support? I want to talk to you today not about what you need to take away, but about what you can thoughtfully add. We're going to explore the idea that your body has a team of helpers waiting to be called upon, powerful nutrients that can work alongside your current treatment plan to make your journey smoother and your body more resilient. Think of these as your body's behind-the-scenes support crew. They aren't magic pills or miracle cures that can replace your medication or your doctor's advice. Let's be very clear about that from the start. Instead, they are the unsung heroes found in your food and your environment that help your body systems run more efficiently. They are the loyal partners that can make the work your insulin and medications are already doing even more effective. By understanding who they are and what they do, you can move from feeling like a patient simply following orders to becoming the proactive, informed captain of your own health team. So often, managing a chronic condition like diabetes can feel incredibly lonely. It can seem like it's just you against the world, or even you against your own body. But I want to assure you that you are not alone, and your body is not your enemy. It is striving for balance every single second of every day. The key is to learn how to give it the right tools and support it needs to succeed. These nutritional allies we are about to discuss are a powerful way to do just that. They are a way of saying to your body, I'm on your side, we're in this together, and I'm going to give you what you need to thrive. And the best part is that these allies aren't hidden in some expensive, hard-to-find supplements from a specialty store. They are all around you, accessible in your daily life. You can find them in the produce aisle of your grocery store, in a handful of nuts, in a simple piece of fish, or even in the warm rays of the sun. This isn't about adding a complicated new regimen to your already busy life. It's about making small, intentional choices. It's about understanding that a walk in the park or a serving of leafy greens at dinner isn't just a good thing to do. It's an active strategy to recruit powerful support for your health. This journey is about so much more than just controlling a number on a screen. It's about reclaiming your energy, protecting your long-term health, and living a full, vibrant life that isn't dictated by fear or limitation. It's about treating your body with kindness and compassion. Each meal becomes an opportunity not to restrict, but to nourish and strengthen. Every choice becomes an act of self-care. By learning to work with these natural allies, you are investing in your future well-being and changing your relationship with your health from one of conflict to one of partnership and cooperation. So, who are these powerful but often overlooked partners? Imagine having 4 special assistants on your team. One is like a sunshine regulator, helping your cells open their doors to insulin more effectively. Another acts as a calm conductor, orchestrating hundreds of critical reactions in your body, including how it uses sugar. A third is like a special master key, helping insulin do its job more efficiently. And the final group serves as the nerve guardians, protecting your delicate nervous system from the long-term effects of high blood sugar. They each have a unique and vital role to play in your story. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain and get to know these 4 incredible nutrients: vitamin D, magnesium, chromium, and the B vitamins. We won't use complicated scientific jargon. Instead, we'll use simple, clear analogies to understand exactly how they work and why they are so important for anyone living with or concerned about diabetes. My goal is for you to leave this conversation feeling hopeful, empowered, and equipped with the knowledge to make these hidden allies a visible and active part of your wellness journey, starting right now. To truly understand the journey we're about to embark on, we first need to look a little closer at the challenge itself. The central issue, especially in type 2 diabetes and prediabetes, is often a condition called insulin resistance. Imagine your body's cells are like little houses with locked doors. Sugar, or glucose, is the fuel that needs to get inside to power everything you do. Insulin, a hormone made by your pancreas, is the key that unlocks those doors. With insulin resistance, it's as if the locks on the doors have become rusty and stiff. The key still fits, but it has a much harder time turning. Your cells become less responsive to insulin signal, and the sugar gets left outside, stuck in your bloodstream. This creates a communication breakdown within your body. Your pancreas, the dedicated factory that produces insulin, senses that the sugar isn't getting into the cells. Thinking the problem is a lack of keys, it does what any good factory would do. It ramps up production. It starts pumping out more and more insulin to try to force those stubborn doors open. For a while, this brute force approach might work. Your blood sugar levels may stay in a relatively normal range, but underneath the surface, your pancreas is working in overdrive. It's running a marathon every single day, and just like any overworked muscle or machine, it can eventually start to wear out and become exhausted from the constant, relentless demand. When the pancreas can no longer keep up with the sky-high demand for insulin, the system begins to fail. Blood sugar levels start to creep up, first into the pre-diabetic range, and then, if nothing changes, into the diabetic range. This is the point where that drop of blood on your fingertip starts telling a story of metabolic imbalance. The fuel for your body is stuck in traffic on the highways, your blood vessels, instead of reaching its destination in your cells where it's desperately needed. This is why you can feel so utterly exhausted even when you're eating. Your body is literally being starved of energy at a cellular level, despite an abundance of fuel just outside the door. This internal traffic jam of sugar does more than just make you tired. Over time, high levels of glucose in the blood act almost like a corrosive substance, or like tiny shards of glass flowing through your circulatory system. It creates a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation can slowly and silently damage the delicate lining of your arteries, from the largest ones leading to your heart to the tiniest capillaries in your eyes and kidneys. It's a quiet storm brewing inside, and its effects are widespread, touching nearly every organ and system. Understanding this process isn't about creating fear. It's about recognizing the profound importance of restoring balance and protecting your body from this long-term damage. The problem isn't just biological, it's deeply personal. It's the constant mental calculus of, can I eat this? Or how will this walk affect my numbers? This condition demands your constant attention, turning everyday activities into a series of strategic decisions. It can feel like you're walking a tightrope, where a slight miscalculation in your food choices, exercise, or stress levels can send your numbers swinging. This relentless vigilance can be mentally draining, leading to what many people call diabetes burnout. It's a very real and understandable exhaustion that comes from having to be the full-time manager of a complex biological system that never, ever takes a day off. It's a burden that goes far beyond the physical symptoms. This internal struggle is happening against a backdrop of a global health crisis. You are not alone in this. Far from it. It's estimated that over 500 million people worldwide are living with diabetes, and that number is projected to rise dramatically in the coming years. This isn't just a statistic. It's a reflection of a shared experience. It means that in your neighborhood, in your workplace, and perhaps even in your own family, there are others who understand the sound of the glucose meter, the planning around meals, and the worry about the future. Recognizing this vast community can help shift the feeling from one of isolation to one of shared understanding and collective strength. Even more striking is the number of people living with prediabetes, a state where blood sugar levels are elevated, but not yet high enough for a diabetes diagnosis. In the United States alone, an estimated 96 million adults, that's more than 1 in 3, have prediabetes. The most alarming part? Over 80% of them don't even know they have it. This represents a critical window of opportunity. It's a silent warning from the body, a chance to make changes and potentially prevent or significantly delay the progression to type 2 diabetes. It underscores the urgent need for greater awareness and proactive health screening, so we can turn this tide before the condition becomes a lifelong reality for millions more. These numbers tell a story about how our modern world has shaped our health. The rise of diabetes and prediabetes is not a failure of individual willpower. It's a consequence of a profound shift in our environment. We live in a world of readily available, highly processed foods engineered to be irresistible, and our daily lives often involve long hours of sitting, whether at a desk, in a car, or on the couch. This combination of a calorie-dense, nutrient-poor diet and a sedentary lifestyle creates the perfect storm for insulin resistance to develop. We are, in many ways, living in a biological mismatch with the environment we've created, and our bodies are showing the strain of it. The consequences of this silent epidemic extend far beyond the individual, placing a heavy burden on our healthcare systems and our economy. The financial cost of managing diabetes is staggering, encompassing everything from medications and monitoring supplies to hospital stays for related complications. But the true cost cannot be measured in dollars alone. It's measured in lost productivity, in the emotional toll on families and caregivers, and in the quality of life that is diminished by the constant demands of managing the disease. It affects our communities and our loved ones, making this a challenge that we all have a stake in addressing with compassion and effective strategies. When we talk about the risks associated with persistently high blood sugar, we're really talking about protecting your future. Think of managing your glucose levels as a way of safeguarding your most precious assets: your heart, your eyes, your kidneys, and your nerves. Uncontrolled high blood sugar can, over many years, cause significant damage to the body's intricate network of blood vessels. It's not about an immediate danger for most, but rather a slow, cumulative process. The good news is that you have a tremendous amount of power to prevent these complications. Knowledge is your first and best line of defense, allowing you to take proactive steps to keep your body strong and resilient for decades to come. Your heart and circulatory system are particularly vulnerable. High blood sugar can make the walls of your arteries stiff and prone to damage, a condition known as atherosclerosis. It also contributes to high blood pressure and unhealthy cholesterol levels. This trio of issues dramatically increases the risk of heart disease and stroke, which are the leading causes of serious complications for people with diabetes. Every step you take to manage your blood sugar is also a step toward protecting your heart. It's about keeping those vital highways open and clear, ensuring that blood can flow freely to nourish every part of your body, especially your most important muscle. Your kidneys are another critical area of concern. Think of them as your body's master filtration system, working tirelessly to clean your blood of waste products. When your blood is consistently high in sugar, it forces the kidneys to work much harder to filter it all out. Over time, this immense workload can damage the tiny, delicate filtering units within the kidneys. This condition, called diabetic nephropathy, can progress slowly and without symptoms in its early stages. Protecting your kidneys is a key long-term goal, and keeping your blood sugar and blood pressure under control is the most effective way to ensure they can continue to do their vital job for a lifetime. The tiny blood vessels in your eyes are also susceptible to damage from high glucose levels. This condition, known as diabetic retinopathy, can affect the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye. In the early stages, it might not cause any noticeable symptoms, But over time, it can lead to blurred vision and, in advanced cases, even vision loss. This is why regular dilated eye exams are so crucial for anyone with diabetes. They allow your doctor to spot any changes early and intervene before they become serious problems. Managing your blood sugar is a direct investment in preserving the precious gift of your sight for years to come. One of the most common complications is nerve damage or diabetic neuropathy. High blood sugar can injure the nerve fibers throughout your body, but it most often affects the nerves in your legs and feet. This can cause a range of symptoms, from tingling, numbness, and burning sensations to sharp, stabbing pains. It can also lead to a loss of feeling, which creates a secondary risk. If you can't feel a small cut, blister, or sore on your foot, it could go unnoticed and develop into a serious infection. This is why daily foot checks are a non-negotiable part of diabetes self-care. It's about protecting your foundation from the ground up. The cumulative effect of these risks underscores why a passive approach is not an option. Diabetes is a systemic condition, meaning it affects the entire body. It can weaken the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. It can affect your skin, your digestion, and even your cognitive health over time. But please, hear this not as a list of inevitable outcomes, but as a powerful motivation for action. Each healthy meal, each walk you take, and each time you take your medication as prescribed, you are actively fighting back against these potential risks. You are the most important member of your own defense team. Recognizing the symptoms is the first step toward taking control. For many, the earliest signs are subtle and easily dismissed. You might find yourself needing to use the restroom more frequently, especially at night. This happens because your kidneys are working overtime to flush out the excess sugar from your blood through your urine. To do this, they pull water from your tissues, which in turn leads to another classic symptom, feeling constantly thirsty. You might feel like you can't drink enough water to quench a persistent, nagging thirst. These two signs often go hand in hand as your body tries desperately to restore its balance. Along with increased thirst and urination, you might notice a significant increase in your appetite. This can feel confusing, especially if you are also losing weight without trying. This perplexing combination of increased hunger and weight loss occurs because your cells are not getting the glucose they need for energy. Your body, thinking it's starving, sends powerful hunger signals to your brain, urging you to eat more. At the same time, because the fuel can't get into the cells, your body starts breaking down its own fat and muscle tissue for energy, leading to that unexplained drop on the scale. It's a clear sign that your body's fuel delivery system is malfunctioning. Profound and persistent fatigue is another hallmark symptom. This isn't the kind of tiredness that a good night's sleep can fix. It's a deep, cellular exhaustion that can make it difficult to get through the day. Remember, even though your blood is full of sugar, your cells are starving. Without their primary fuel source, your muscles, brain, and organs simply can't function at their best. This can leave you feeling drained, weak, and unmotivated. Many people describe it as a heavy fog that settles over them, making even simple tasks feel like monumental efforts. It's a physical manifestation of the energy crisis happening inside your body. Other clues can be even more subtle. You might experience occasional blurred vision that seems to come and go. This can happen when high blood sugar levels pull fluid from the lenses of your eyes, affecting their ability to focus properly. You may also notice that cuts and sores take much longer to heal than they used to, or that you're getting more frequent infections, such as skin or urinary tract infections. This is because high blood sugar can impair your immune system's ability to fight off bacteria and viruses, leaving you more vulnerable. These are quiet but important signals from your body that something is amiss. It's also important to acknowledge the impact on your mood. The constant fluctuations in blood sugar can directly affect your brain chemistry, leading to irritability, anxiety, and mood swings that can feel completely out of your control. One moment you might feel fine, and the next you might feel inexplicably angry or on the verge of tears. This isn't a personal failing. It's a physiological response to the metabolic chaos. It's your brain reacting to an unstable fuel supply. Understanding this connection can bring a sense of relief and self-compassion, recognizing that your emotions are often a symptom, just like physical thirst or fatigue. In many cases of type 2 diabetes, the onset of these symptoms can be incredibly slow, developing over the course of several years. They can be so mild at first that they are easily overlooked or attributed to other factors like stress or simply getting older. This is the insidious nature of the condition. It can fly under the radar for a long time while silently causing damage. This is precisely why awareness is so critical. Listening to your body, recognizing these patterns, and speaking with your doctor about any concerns you have can lead to an earlier diagnosis and give you a powerful head start in managing your health effectively. So what brings all of this on? It's crucial to understand that diabetes is not a disease of moral failure or a lack of discipline. It is a complex metabolic condition with multiple contributing factors, and no two people's stories are exactly alike. One of the most significant factors is genetics. If you have a parent or sibling with type 2 diabetes, your own risk is considerably higher. You can think of your genes as providing a certain blueprint for your body. Some blueprints may include a predisposition that makes your body more susceptible to developing insulin resistance when exposed to certain environmental triggers. One of those primary environmental triggers is our modern diet. Over the past several decades, our food landscape has been transformed. We are surrounded by an abundance of hyper-palatable, calorie-dense, and nutrient-poor foods. Diets high in refined carbohydrates, like white bread, sugary cereals, and pastries, as well as sugar-sweetened beverages, cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin. When your body is subjected to these spikes day after day, year after year, it's like constantly shouting at your cells. Eventually, to protect themselves from the onslaught, they start to turn down the volume and become less responsive to insulin's signal. Our increasingly sedentary lifestyle is another major contributor. Our bodies were designed for movement. Physical activity makes our muscles more sensitive to insulin. You can imagine your muscles as giant sponges for blood sugar. When you exercise, these sponges eagerly soak up glucose from the bloodstream to use as fuel, often without needing much insulin at all. When we spend most of our days sitting, these sponges become less effective. They don't get squeezed out, so they have less capacity to absorb sugar. This forces the pancreas to work much harder to manage blood sugar levels, directly contributing to insulin resistance over time. Excess body weight, particularly fat stored around the abdomen, plays a key role as well. This type of fat, known as visceral fat, is not just a passive storage depot for calories. It's a metabolically active organ that churns out inflammatory chemicals and hormones that directly interfere with insulin's ability to do its job effectively. This is why waist circumference can be a more important indicator of metabolic risk than the number on a scale. Reducing this central fat can have a disproportionately positive effect on improving insulin sensitivity and lowering your risk for diabetes and its related complications. We cannot overlook the powerful influence of chronic stress. In our high-pressure, always-on world, many of us live in a constant state of low-grade fight or flight. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which are designed to give you a quick burst of energy to deal with a perceived threat. They do this by telling your liver to release stored sugar into your bloodstream. In ancient times, this was helpful for escaping a predator. Today, that predator might be a traffic jam, a work deadline, or a financial worry, but the physiological response is the same. This constant hormonal stress signal keeps blood sugar levels elevated. Ultimately, for most people, type 2 diabetes develops from a combination, a perfect storm of these factors. It begins with a genetic predisposition that is then activated by years of exposure to a modern lifestyle, a diet that overwhelms our metabolic systems, a lack of regular physical activity, the accumulation of visceral fat, and the pervasive presence of chronic stress. Understanding these root causes is incredibly empowering. It shows us that while we can't change our genes, there are so many lifestyle factors that are within our power to modify. This is where our journey toward reclaiming our health truly begins, by targeting these areas and giving our bodies the support they need. So now that we understand the challenge, where do we find the hope? It begins by actively recruiting those hidden allies we spoke of, starting with our sunshine regulator, vitamin D. This remarkable nutrient does more than just support our bones. It plays a crucial role in how our body uses insulin. Think of it as a friendly negotiator that encourages your cells to be more receptive to insulin's message, helping to reduce that stubborn resistance. You don't need a complicated plan to invite it onto your team. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sensible sun exposure on your skin a few times a week can work wonders. You can also find it in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, or in fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and certain cereals. Next, let's call in the calm conductor of your body's orchestra, magnesium. This mighty mineral is involved in over 300 essential biochemical reactions, and one of its most important jobs is helping your body metabolize glucose and regulate insulin. Unfortunately, many people, especially those with insulin resistance, don't have enough of it. It's like trying to conduct a symphony with half the musicians missing. Bringing magnesium back into balance can help restore metabolic harmony. The good news is that it's found in delicious, wholesome foods. Think of a handful of almonds, a serving of spinach or black beans, pumpkin seeds, or even a small square of high-quality dark chocolate. These aren't just snacks. They are strategic tools for better balance. Now let's introduce a lesser-known but incredibly important player, chromium. If insulin is the key that unlocks your cells, think of chromium as the specialist that helps that key fit into the lock perfectly, making it turn more easily. It works to enhance the action of insulin, making it more efficient at its job of escorting glucose from your bloodstream into your cells for energy. Without enough of this trace mineral, insulin has to work much harder. You don't need a lot, but its presence is vital. You can find this powerful ally working behind the scenes in foods like broccoli, green beans, whole grains, and lean meats. Adding a side of steamed broccoli to your dinner is a simple yet potent way to support your body's natural processes. Finally, we must enlist the nerve guardians, the B vitamins. This family of vitamins, particularly B1, thiamine, and B12, are absolutely essential for the health of your nervous system. Persistently high blood sugar can, over time, damage delicate nerve fibers, leading to the painful condition of neuropathy. The B vitamins act as a protective shield, helping to guard your nerves against this damage. They are also critical for converting the food you eat into usable energy, directly combating the profound fatigue that so often accompanies blood sugar struggles. You can find these vital protectors in a wide variety of foods, including lean meats, fish, eggs, legumes, and leafy greens, making them an accessible part of your daily nutritional defense plan. Now, I need to be absolutely clear about something, and this is perhaps the most important point of our entire conversation. These four allies, vitamin D, magnesium, chromium, and the B vitamins, are not magic bullets. They are not a replacement for your prescribed medication, your doctor's advice, or the foundational importance of a balanced diet and regular exercise. Please never stop or change your treatment plan without speaking to your physician. Instead, I want you to see these nutrients as valuable members of your support team. They work alongside your existing strategies, making everything you are already doing even more effective. They are partners, not replacements, in your journey to better health. This understanding allows us to fundamentally shift our perspective on food. For too long, the conversation around diabetes has been dominated by a language of restriction, of don'ts, and can'ts. This can create a relationship with eating that is based on fear and deprivation. What if we change that narrative? What if, instead of asking, "What do I have to avoid?" we started asking, "What can I add to nourish and strengthen my body?" Every meal then becomes an opportunity not to feel deprived, but to feel empowered. It's a chance to intentionally invite these helpful allies onto your plate, turning your food from a potential problem into a powerful solution. And please, release yourself from the pressure of perfection. This is not about executing a flawless diet every single day. Life is messy and unpredictable. The goal is not an unbroken streak of perfect choices, but a consistent pattern of thoughtful ones. A walk in the park on your lunch break to soak up some sun, a handful of nuts for an afternoon snack, choosing whole wheat bread over white. These are not small, insignificant acts. They are deliberate, powerful deposits into your health bank account. Over time, these small, sustainable choices compound, building a foundation of resilience and well-being that can profoundly change your health trajectory for the better. On this path, self-compassion is your most essential tool. There will be days when your numbers are higher than you'd like. There will be days when you feel exhausted, frustrated, or defeated by the sheer effort of it all. On those days, please remember to be kind to yourself. Your body is not your adversary. It is fighting for you, striving for balance every single moment. This journey is not a test of your willpower or a reflection of your worth. It is a process of learning to listen to your body and work with it as a cooperative partner, offering it the support and grace it needs, especially when the road feels rough. Imagine a future where that morning finger prick is less a moment of anxiety and more a simple, neutral check-in. Picture yourself having more energy, thinking more clearly, and feeling more in control of your health. This is not a distant dream. It is the reality you are building with every supportive choice you make. This journey is about so much more than managing a number. It's about reclaiming your vitality and living a full, vibrant life that is not defined by a diagnosis. It's about protecting your future, preserving the health of your heart, your eyes, and your nerves, so you can be present for all the moments that truly matter. So I ask you to leave here today not with a sense of burden, but with a renewed sense of hope and agency. You are the captain of your health journey, and you are far more powerful than you may have realized. You have a team of hidden allies waiting in your kitchen, in your environment, and within your own choices, ready to be called upon. Start small. Pick one ally to focus on this week. Talk to your doctor about how you can best support your body. You are not alone in this, and your body is ready to work with you. The journey to a healthier, more empowered you begins with the very next choice you make.